During the plague in 14th century, Julian, a mystic of Norwich, offered her ministry to passerbys from her open window, offering words of hope and encouragement, and always with the parting phrase, all will be well. When we talked about that this week, someone on the call suggested that in today's world, unfortunately, we're not so sure about that anymore. Welcome to Sunday Coffee Hour. I'm Stanley Smith. At Sunday Coffee Hour, we talk about everything and nothing. This Sunday, we talked about defunding the FBI, the proper procedure for declassifying documents, and how to write the perfect resume. At Washington National Cathedral, the readings were from Jeremiah, Don't Forget My Name, and from Hebrews. This is our Red Sea moment. And the gospel reading was about how we can see what the weather is, but for some reason, we have a hard time seeing where we are. At Washington National Cathedral, Randy Hollerath preached about how this is the worst time in the history of our country. And at St. James, they preached about Mary because Sunday was the Saint's Day for Mary, the mother of Jesus. It reminded me of the John Buchanan joke about how when we get to heaven, Jesus will say, well, as Protestants, you probably know my father, but you probably have not met my mother. As we continue on in our journey at Sunday Coffee Hour, we continue to explore different topics. And, one of those is the idea that we are indeed in troubled times. Randy was right about that. But the notion of having hope and encouragement seems to be getting lost somehow in the shuffle. And the topic and discussion of Julian of Norwich this Sunday reminded me of that. Some while ago, I think in 2018, when we had the shooting in the Pittsburgh synagogue, I greeted one of our ministers on Sunday, and he looked a little glum, and I asked him what was wrong, and he said, well, he was pondering what he was going to say to his high school students about the Pittsburgh shooting. And I said, well, aren't you going to say that the Jewish people believe that God is with them even in the worst of times? And he looked at me and said, well, I don't think we believe that any longer. And I was startled by that. But later in the week, when I asked some Jewish friends about this, they said, oh, we definitely do not believe that anymore. We do not believe that God is with us in these bad and troubling times. And I think that's indicative of knowing what the weather is and seeing the weather changing, but not knowing where we are and not knowing that all will be well because God has ordained it. So I guess our Sunday takeaway was, even though the times are very, very bad, we can't forget God's name, and we can't forget that all will be well. If you'd like to join us at Sunday Coffee Hour is every Sunday at 12 o'clock noon on Zoom. I will include my email in the description of this video. If you'd like an invitation, I'd be happy to send you one. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.